Hey all, Hipper here. So today I'm showing you how to get the most difficult medal in the game, the Solo Warrior. So don't forget to subscribe if you like that kind of videos. And I'm using my new Agile Cruiser setup here, and I'll just show you how I set up the ship. But I'm using Roon, the usual commander here, I always use on my Martel, I love it. And as you can see, I have the new Roon inspiration here that helps with my turret traverse. And all the other usual perks here, all about speed and rudder, nothing really out of the ordinary here at all. If you look at the ship, the first module here is also traverse speed. I don't have the accuracy, don't need it. Who needs accuracy on cruisers? They're already very accurate. Double rudder and the improved reload. And in the next slot here, we have sonar, heal, and speed boost. Like, you can pick the main battery reload boost instead of your sonar. I don't recommend you do it because you're taking away the everything a cruiser is about. It's a 19-second, 180 turn time. That's fast, but it's not as fast as some of the other cruisers like Hipper, for example. But it does allow me to wiggle much more than usual because my turrets will actually rotate faster than I can turn the whole ship. So if I have to switch from right to left, firing from whatever side, I can do that fairly easily, and I don't have to actually... Usually I don't have to give up a salvo doing it. And that's a huge improvement on the Agile Cruisers here, actually. I think Roon is actually one of the most, important inspirations in a long time, especially if you play Agile Cruisers. So we're starting off with the B cap here, so I'm heading in to B because I want to make sure that we are getting as many points as we can. So if I can grab the B cap right off the bat, that's obviously going to help us, and I'll also show you later why it did help. So just keep the guys away from A for as long as I can, sitting in here. And I have no intention staying in here. This is not a Hipper. I mean, I'm not a ship that's very well equipped for protecting a cap. Like, I can take one, but as soon as someone starts pushing me, it's better to stick your tail between your legs and fight another day. Martel needs a little bit of distance, and it's not too bad in this battle here. There's a lot of Bismarcks with only 15-inch guns, so that's going to give me a bit of a breathing room here, just a little bit. Over on the right flank, we have a nasty New Jersey, I believe it is, or whatever. It's an American battleship with 16-inch guns, and that's something to fear. So that's the ship we're going to have to take out the first. We need to remove the biggest threats on the map, and that's definitely the biggest threat for me. That cruiser over there, the mines, is also a problem, but I'm not going to chase him. He's too far away. So I pretty much always play the same game when I play domination. I mean, grab the cap if you can that you spawn at, and get those tickets rolling in, because it most likely will help you in the long run. And that's why I made sure we get this middle cap here, because then we can decide which one is more important, C or A. And like I said, over at C we have an American battleship, and we need to remove that guy first. And I do have two battleships over at C, but one of them is a Bismarck, and he's sitting very, very far away from the fight. As you can see, he's almost out of the fight, really. So that's a problem, of course. And I'm just biding my time here, because that American battleship is targeting me. And there's a fair bit of that going on in this battle. I mean, I get it. When you see a CC in a battle, there's nothing better than sinking the CC, right? So as a CC, you always have to keep that in mind. If someone has a few targets to choose between, and the CC is one of them, 99% of the time, that salvo is always going at the CC. So that's also why, as a CC, and not just myself, but most CCs, we cannot play exactly like how other people play, because we are target number one, no matter what, really. So you have to keep that in mind as you play as a CC, especially in a squishier cruiser like this. Because that American battleship there, he's got his eye on me, and I'm going to be dodging quite a bit of incoming fire in this battle here. And I'm actually quite surprised I managed to actually survive this battle here. So this is also a bit of a strategic decision, this one here. Like, C is the cap that's least defended, And also we have more blue ships over at C. We have no ships over at A, or we have one battleship, but like he drew the short straw. Sorry, I mean sometimes I'm in that position and you just gotta fight for the cap as long as you can, and then hopefully the rest of your team can you know, do something good on their flank. But as it is, he's just gonna have to hold this A flank for as long as he can against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships, I think it is. So obviously he's not going to be able to do that, and that's perfectly fine as long as he can hold it for like a few minutes. That's all we need. And after or during that, we're going to have to get rid of these 2 battleships here within this cap here, because as long as the guys are getting delayed over at A, we have a real chance of winning. And I just got to reset these guys here. I don't want them to grab the cap, and I need to burn them down as quickly as possible here. And as you can see, that Bismarck to my, I guess that's my right, he isn't moving, he's not doing anything, and I'm getting pushed further and further away by these 2 battleships here. So I have to go dark for a little bit and then push in, and I'm just gonna check, are you in the game, or what are you doing? And like, I could really use his help here in removing these 2 battleships here fairly quickly, but he's just sitting out there. The more time I have to waste burning these battleships here down without that Bismarck helping, the less tickets we're gonna get, and we are behind by 100 tickets already. So it's probably one of the worst plays I've seen in a long time by that battleship there. Look at him just sitting behind the island doing nothing, absolutely nothing. And all the while I'm fighting off 2 battleships by myself. And I have to keep resetting them. As you can see, I'm switching between them, Odin and then Massachusetts. And finally the Odin goes down. And I'm switching between them because they're both capping. So you need to reset both of them. You cannot just shoot at one target, because then the other target will eventually cap. And even if you have like a shot and you know you're going to sink a battleship, in my opinion, it's better to reset the cap, and then hopefully you can sink the battleship the next shot. I mean, it depends on the situation, of course. But in this situation here, that's definitely the way to go. So just waiting for that salvo there to land, and then we're going to give him one more, and then we should have chased him out of the cap. The destroyer is in the cap helping as well, and everybody over at B, see how efficiently they are stopping the whole red team at A from moving. And that is just excellent play over there. Very happy to see it. And as you can see, we are now ahead on points. The destroyer is also capping C's. I don't have to do it myself. And again, I'm just checking with this guy here. Hey, can you enter the battle? Because we're going to need your help now. We're equal on ships, but the enemies have at least 2 Bismarcks. And, well, they have 2 Bismarcks. And a mines and some sort of Japanese destroyer, which is a threat. And I know the destroyer is out here to my left somewhere. So if you can see, that's why I'm putting my sonar on now, because I'm sure he's going to shoot torps at that battleship there. So I want to give this battleship some warning, and there are the torps. I'm just going to have a look. Okay, well, they're not for me. They were for the battleship, and there's more incoming, and those ones are more of a problem. So I'm just using my fast rudder here to just align the ship so I don't get torped, really. And just fitting in there. So like a move like this will give you a lot of XP, and it will also help your battleships out. I mean, I know where the destroyer is, and I'm equipped to deal with it. But I'm not going to deal with him now, because I don't know exactly where he is, and I don't have a radar, and I don't have a destroyer spotting for me. So going out there and chasing down the destroyer will most likely mean that the Reds will push through over on the other side of the map, and will take B and then C. So it's more important for me to defend the caps, and the destroyer will just have to sit out there and shoot torps. There's not really anything I can do about it. So how does Roon work? Or perform is probably rather the word, and I'd say pretty well. I mean, those extra 2 seconds that she shaves off most ships' turret rotation, it means a huge deal. I mean, I have to worry a lot less about outturning my turrets, because it's almost impossible with this commander here, especially if you go with Ingenious on your cruisers, which I always do. So it's one thing less to worry about, especially on ships like Atago, where, you know, you have to line up a shot, and you really have to take that turret rotation into account. You don't really have to do that anymore, because on Atago, the turrets rotate at 22 seconds. That's actually 1 second faster than you really need. And of course, that's really helpful. More torpedoes there. And again, for the battleship, but I don't have any more sonars. I used it, so you are on your own. On another note, that was also the absolutely useless Bismarck that was hiding out behind an island until like 5 minutes left of the battle. So what would be the point of saving him? He's just an unreliable player that you can't really trust. So it's better just to, well, forget about him. Make him, bait for the destroyer to make it waste its time. And whoops, just gonna hit the island there, making a SERP, doing a SERP. Uh-oh. And at least that destroyer spent time torping the battleship instead of starting to cap B, which is a good thing. And we do have a destroyer in B, so it's not like he could just cap it out of nothing. And as long as I can keep tanking these Bismarcks here and keeping everything else busy, because we are down to 3 versus 5 now, so I'm going to get a lot of incoming shots now, because I'm pretty much the only ship spotted and, available to shoot at. And I have 4 people targeting me. I'm sorry, 5 people targeting me. So this last 4 minutes here is going to be me just trying to survive, and at the same time keeping the guys out of the B cap for as long as possible. I mean the enemy guys, not my guys, of course. So I also thought this was a really good battle, because I promise you my turrets are getting a real workout here. There's that Roon commander is a nice bit of WD-40 that really makes them turn exceedingly fast. See how I'm turning the whole ship and the turrets here to get a shot at this dragon here before he disappears. And look how fast they turn. And there he goes. That's it. Done. And you cannot do that if you don't have an agile cruiser. And the faster your turrets turn, like, it's never really been such a big thing before, because we haven't had a really good inspiration for it. We do have the American premium commander, I forget his name, the cruiser commander, that's a bit of a hybrid. He does have the turret rotation as his base perk, but if you pick that one, you don't get anything else. And I think it's like 1 degree per second. And while at the same time, Roon here is 0.75 per second, so it's almost the same. Except with Roon, you also get 3% rudder. So she's much better. Absolutely better. You're not giving up any rudder at all, and you're still getting excellent turret traverse. It's a really nice inspiration. So in a few seconds, it's just myself and the destroyer left. In a few seconds, the destroyer is going to get too close to, I believe, this Bismarck here. And it's going to get taken out by the secondaries. And obviously that means that I'm going to be the only ship left. And my plan has, paid off, because we are ahead on points. And we might lose B, but that's okay. If we can sink just one more ship, we should have this victory here, sealed. And I'm just trying to set a few traps for this annoying Bismarck here if he comes around the corner. I don't know if he will, and it's a gamble, but why not? And as you can see, another positive thing about the agile cruisers is that when your rudder gets taken out, you only lose it for around 3 seconds, so it really doesn't matter at all. While like compare that to any other build, when your rudder gets taken out, it can be taken out for like a minute or something. And yeah, that's obviously incredibly annoying in a cruiser, and it's just something that most people don't realize about agile cruisers, that it's practically impossible to take out their rudder. So they unfortunately managed to cap that Bismarck went unspotted for too long, and I don't have any other targets, and I'm just gonna make sure I don't do another SERP here. So because the enemies have now taken the B cap, they are slowly overtaking me on points. You can see that they're at 608 now, so they're actually going to win. So I have to sink a ship now. And it's stuff like this that people who play the game don't think about. Like, you have to look at the tickets. So I really have to sink this mines, which I did. And that will give us just, the time we need to actually win this battle here. There's still 3 ships left, so we can't rest on our laurels. We did get the high caliber, and I think it will end at 150,000 plus damage, which is pretty good. I mean, this is not a damage build. This is an agile build. I don't have any points in fire chance or reload or anything like that. Oh, I do have the 4th module as reload, but I think everybody runs that anyway. So the whole, thing about, oh, agile cruisers can't do damage, that's just, yeah, well, that's wrong. And also, you don't need precision perks on cruisers. Like, they are so accurate anyway, so like, if you can't hit anything with a cruiser, then I think there's something wrong with you. I've played cruisers without any accuracy perks for 4 years now, and I'd say I'm doing pretty well in them. And that's the end of the battle. Time ran out, and I think actually the Destroyer lost this one for the red team because he decided to torp the battleship instead of going for the B cap. So that's the Solo Warrior for you guys, the hardest medal to get, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.